Before understanding the EPS system properly, let's first look at the basic steering system mechanism and its components. There are a few terms that you should understand first, so that when I mention any word or component later in the video, you can easily understand it. So, look at the diagram of this basic and simple steering mechanism. In the diagram, each component is shown in a different color, and their names are also given according to the colors. First is the sky blue color. We call this part the rack and pinion case. Next is the pinion gear. This red part is called the pinion gear. Next is the rack gear. The yellow part is called the rack gear. Next is the steering shaft or steering column. This purple part is called the steering shaft or steering column. The gray part is called the steering links, and the green part is called the steering wheel. Generally, the yellow and gray parts together are called the steering rack. The steering rack is directly connected to the vehicle's wheels. When a driver turns the steering wheel, the steering shaft rotates, and along with it, the pinion gear also moves. As you know, the pinion gear meshes with the rack gear shaft, so when the pinion gear rotates, the steering rack also moves. When the steering rack moves, the vehicle's wheels turn. These were the basic steering system components that work together to perform the steering function. The word is assistance. Assistance means help. Steering means controlling the direction of the vehicle. So, viewers, now that you have seen the general terms and basic mechanism related to steering, you will be able to understand the electric power steering system very clearly. Electric Power Steering System, which is also called EPS in short, is a steering mechanism that helps the driver turn the steering wheel using an electric motor. Before the EPS system, let's take a look at the steering mechanisms that were used in the past. Before EPS, mechanical and hydraulic steering systems were used. The mechanical steering system is the oldest and simplest steering mechanism. It is also called the rack and pinion steering mechanism. This is the same diagram that I showed you at the beginning. It is basically a simple mechanical steering system. In this mechanism, there is a direct mechanical connection between the steering wheel and the vehicle's wheels. There is no component that helps in turning the steering wheel. In this system, the driver has to apply force while turning the steering wheel, especially at low speeds. Then came the hydraulic power steering system. This mechanism includes a hydraulic pump that takes power from the engine and pressurizes hydraulic fluid on the steering rack. In this system, turning the steering wheel is easier and more comfortable than mechanical steering. After that, electric power steering started replacing hydraulic power steering in vehicles. The EPS system basically consists of three main components: an electric motor, a torque sensor, and an EPS module. The electric motor has two possible locations. In many models, it is installed on the steering column, and in other models, it is installed on the steering rack. The electric motor helps the driver turn the steering wheel. For example, suppose the wheel is being turned to the right. At that moment, the electric motor applies force to the steering rack and turns the wheels to the right. In this mechanism, very little energy is required from the driver to turn the steering wheel, almost negligible. The steering wheel can even be turned with just one finger. The energy that we used in mechanical steering is now mostly provided by the electric motor. So, whichever side we turn the steering wheel, the electric motor applies force on the steering rack on the same side. This makes steering very smooth and comfortable. Number 2, torque sensor. The torque sensor is usually installed in two locations, on the steering column or on the steering rack. Generally, the torque sensor is installed near the EPS motor. The word torque is basically a mechanical term. Torque means rotational force. If something is rotating, it has a certain torque value that shows how much rotational force is being applied. When a driver turns the steering wheel to a certain level, the torque sensor detects which direction and how much force the driver is using to turn the steering wheel. The torque sensor sends this information in the form of an electrical signal to the EPS module. Then, based on these signals, the EPS module controls the electric motor. Let's understand this with an example. Suppose a driver slightly turns the steering wheel to the right and then brings it back. Now let's see what technically happens. When the steering wheel was being turned to the right, the torque sensor detected it and informed the EPS module through an electrical signal. The EPS module then rotated the motor. The motor moved the steering rack to the right, and the vehicle's tires turned to the right. When the steering wheel was stopped, the motor also stopped. Then, when the steering wheel was turned back, the motor rotated in the opposite direction and moved the steering rack to the left. This entire process happens in milliseconds. When you turn the steering wheel, at the same time, the electric motor rotates and moves the steering rack in the same direction. The more you turn the steering wheel, the more the motor moves the steering rack. If you stop turning the steering wheel, the motor also stops. So, friends, based on the torque sensor signals, the EPS module decides how much power to apply and in which direction to rotate the electric motor. I explained each part slowly just for your understanding. Otherwise, all of this happens within milliseconds. The third component of the EPS system is the EPS module, which is the brain of the electric power steering system. The EPS module controls the entire system. It provides input to the torque sensor and receives output from it. It is the EPS module that operates the electric motor. In addition, the EPS module also communicates with the vehicle's main ECU. In modern vehicles that have ADAS systems, the EPS module also communicates with different modules through the CAN bus. The CAN bus is basically a communication protocol that allows different modules to communicate with each other. This protocol uses only 2 wires that go to every module. Every module in the vehicle communicates through these 2 wires. I will soon make a video about the CAN bus as well. Some ADAS features also control steering without driver input. For example, lane keep assist. When this feature is on and you start moving out of your lane, the system automatically communicates with the EPS module, corrects the steering, and keeps the vehicle in the lane. Automated parking assistance is another ADAS feature in which the steering wheel turns automatically without driver input. When this feature is activated, radars, cameras, and different sensors detect the surroundings, and then the vehicle parks automatically while the steering wheel turns. The important point is that the EPS module receives commands from the automated parking assistance-related module. Then the motor rotates, and during parking, the steering wheel turns automatically. There are many other ADAS systems in which the steering wheel operates automatically. Technically, when we look at how the steering wheel operates automatically, it is operated through the electric motor, and the electric motor is operated by the EPS module. Viewers, besides the torque sensor, there are 3 more sensors whose inputs are used by the EPS module to ensure the operation, performance, and safety of the EPS system. Number 1. Steering angle sensor. In vehicles that have a steering angle sensor, its input is also sent to the EPS module. The steering angle sensor tells the EPS module how many degrees and at what angle the steering wheel is rotating. This information makes the EPS system operation more accurate, safe, and enhanced. Number 2. Vehicle speed sensor. The signals from the vehicle speed sensor are also sent to the EPS module. The EPS module monitors vehicle speed through this sensor so that the electric motor can be controlled according to different speeds. For example, at low speed, more assistance is required to make steering very soft. At high speed, less assistance is required so that the vehicle remains better controlled. Number 3. Voltage sensor. The voltage sensor tells the EPS module how much charge the battery currently has. By knowing the battery voltage, the EPS module makes sure that the power supply is sufficient. If, for any reason, the battery is low, the EPS module deactivates the EPS system so that the electric power steering components remain safe from problems caused by low voltage. Often during driving, when the alternator is not working and the battery voltage drops below a specific limit, the steering wheel becomes hard. Hard steering means that the EPS system is deactivated. So, viewers, this was the electric power steering system. I tried to explain the EPS system from basic to advanced. If there is any confusion, your brother is here to help. There is an even more advanced system than EPS in the steering system, called steer-by-wire. This is the most modern steering mechanism so far. In this system, there is no mechanical connection between the steering wheel and the vehicle wheels. Without a steering column, the vehicle wheels move based on the steering wheel angle, movement, and rotational force with the help of different sensors. I hope you now know everything about the electric power steering system. If you still have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. For professional automotive electrical training and in-depth technical videos, subscribe to AutoWave. Stay connected and enable notifications to never miss upcoming videos.